3, 2, 1, action. Welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about whatever we want.
Whatever we want.
That was my Tiff impression. What did you think?
No,
That's pretty good.
Did you do the hand?
I had sex with
I did the hand.
No.
It was so good that he got horny.
That's pretty good. Wow. You've never been on the show.
I've never been on the show.
I can't believe that because you've been around forever.
Forever,
the
yes.
group.
This is crazy.
I don't know, we've been friends for like what, like 10 years? Yeah.
Went to college together.
Film school together?
Film school together. Well,
You know why?
it's a university.
I met Wes when he was always behind the scenes, like a director and all that. It wasn't until recently. I say recently because of how long I've known you. But you're now in front of the camera. You're acting. You're actually like doing more stuff like as a persona.
Yeah.
So I've always had this like mentality of like you're a director and like maybe a filmmaker, and then like sometimes you'll do like acting for fun.
Yeah,
But
Wes,
it's the other way around. A lot of people know you as like doing comedy on Instagram and stuff.
yeah, Wes is the kind of guy like when we were in film school and we were doing projects and stuff, or like we're doing music videos and you'll be directing, I'm like, you do all the shit better than the actual talent in front of the camera do. Like you actually direct them and you actually perform it way better than anyone you've ever worked with.
Did this guy fucking die? Why is everyone talking about him like he died?
He's sitting right here.
Wes, he's that kind of guy. He's just fucking.
He was that type of dude.
I miss Wes.
He made us laugh so much, and now he's no longer.
Man, I miss that guy.
He's like Mel Gibson, but can actually direct. Yeah.
No, because when Casey knew me, I was more so like directing and trying to pursue like music videos, but then we'd be around each other and like we wouldn't have any other actors to do stuff, so we'd just do it ourselves.
Hustle hard, man.
No, you know what? Like I was really inspired by you guys.
Get out of here.
That's a low bar to fucking go for, bro.
Yeah, I love that. Get out of here. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Emotional. This is a big bromance here. I feel left out.
Watching you guys like back in the day, I was like, how the fuck are they doing this? Like it was blowing my
Before Casey? Because before Casey, it was really bootleg.
with Casey when Casey was doing.
During the Casey period, yeah.
Yeah, because Casey made the magic happen, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Casey's the secret sauce.
we got some shit videos, bro. Like,
I've never seen him. I've never seen any.
well, we gotta show you.
An anniversary video. Yeah, there you go. Throw
You
it back.
found them through Casey, right?
Yeah, Casey was my roommate. Well, I was Casey's roommate. Actually, I was sleeping on Casey's couch, so I guess we were roommates.
Yeah, basically.
Wait, so you guys met in college?
Met in college.
Was Casey scamming on chicks and stuff?
No.
Can we go back to him like being mesmerized by JK?
Oh yeah.
We could try.
No, it was so crazy. I have to. This is a perfect time to thank Casey because I kind of.
And JK
Well,
too, right?
now it's my funeral, right? Thank you.
You know, I came out here because my neighbor was like, I'm moving to LA on Monday, and I was like, who do I know in LA? I was like, you know, Casey. You know, it's crazy. I'm about to come out to LA and I have a meeting on Wednesday. You think I can stay at your house for like a day or two? He's like, yeah, come through. And that turned into like 6 months.
Wow. Casey is like the perfect person to take advantage of because no, this is how nice this dude is. Like if I needed to like couch surf on his place for 20 years, I'd be able to do it.
Wow.
If he was single. If he was single.
LA is a rough town, man. Especially when you're first, like, cause I was only out here for a year maybe when you gave me the call. So like that first year in LA, it's rough, man. And I'm like,
I was just like, I cannot believe I'm here, like in Tahunga, sleeping tonight. It was like you had like its attic, bro.
yeah, we were so
remember
broke.
that place.
We couldn't afford a place in central LA. We had to like go out into the boonies of Tahunga, which is like 20, 30 minutes north of Glendale.
I had no idea where we're at, and I still have no idea where that's at.
It's in the boonies.
You knew Casey before you got with Tiff.
Yeah.
So were you one of the guys who back then you're like, hey man, that's gonna be crazy. She's already got a kid.
No.
Because I know they exist. So I'm trying to find that person.
No, I was always like supporting it. I think the one before was like, what's going on here?
Oh, there we go. That one was an upgrade. It was an upgrade.
Ex-girlfriend? Yes.
Tiff was like a responsible human being compared to the person.
The previous girl was the reason why you got the boot because of her.
Oh,
She
man.
kicked you out? How long did you stay there?
I was there for quite some time, but
Oh,
there was a crossroads where like what was it? Hello Kitty just started infestating everything.
One after another.
Did she tell you to leave, or did he?
It was one of those Casey talks like, hey man, you know.
You know, the pussy speaks.
Yeah.
She's like, there's only room for one freeloader here.
She was a freeloader too.
I'm the only freeloader that can be here. Nobody else.
Yeah, she was a nutcase.
Was she hot enough to be worth it?
No.
No, definitely not.
That's enough. Yeah.
The thing was, it was like you had a good setup, and then you went completely left. I was about to go right, but you.
So you knew another girl he dated?
No, it was like parallel. It was.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yes.
It was parallel, and he was
What do you
like,
parallel? What does that mean?
I love
It was two things going on at the same time. And he's like, whoa.
You're scamming on chicks. I
met two girls at the relatively same time, but then let's just say that the Hello Kitty one kind of took its course first, and the other one came in maybe a few weeks right afterwards. But then since things were going so fast with the Hello Kitty one, I was like, oh fuck, I just that one's so much better.
You couldn't pull the brakes on the Hello Kitty?
No. Like I said, it was a rough.
Even the whole time I'm like, what do you see in her, Casey?
Man.
Is that right?
Well, I mean, I met Casey when they've been together for like a year already, so I couldn't really.
I didn't see the
But in my mind, I'm like, what?
Yeah, like why?
But I liked her around because she would punch Casey's balls.
Like actually punch him when he's filming though.
She was like abusive. Yeah.
In the middle of filming, and he's punching him, and we're waiting for Casey to give us direction, and he's just getting punched in the nuts like constantly.
In between takes, you just walk up and just rock you in the nuts?
During takes.
During takes?
Yeah. He's like filming us, and she'd be like, "Nut check, boom."
What the fuck?
Like it's all good too. She's like, nut check.
So all JK vids have like a bunch of that going on?
And it's hard to hit on her because she's like holding the bounce board, right? So she's helping, and she goes, bam. And you're like, what the fuck? She's kind of helping but hurting the same time.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
That's true, because she would always be helping.
Always.
Yeah.
And punching nuts.
And punching. Was that the trade-off? She's like, I'll help you only if I get to punch you in the nuts.
Yeah, because he was like, all right, as long as you're touching.
Did she ever explain herself?
You know what?
She's like, I don't want to just figuratively bust your balls.
I mean, obsession with Hello Kitty, obsession with certain just personality. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. I just never had the strength to say no until maybe 2 years later.
Her fake Japanese persona.
What a nice guy, Jesus Christ.
Was she Mexican?
No, she wasn't.
I don't think so.
What's ironic though, she looks more Mexican than Tiff does.
Yeah.
Wait, Tiff's not Asian?
She's not Asian. No.
She's Persian.
Tiff looks Asian to you?
I thought she had some Asian.
I remember you thinking she was like Persian though. Yeah, I remember we had a conversation.
But she's Mexican?
I thought she was Persian or Armenian the first time I met her.
Mexican and Middle Eastern could kind of pass. Yeah. You know, like
Here and there, I get it.
It depends on the style, like the fashion.
You could do it. You know, you could fool some people.
Yeah. I mean, there was this episode of South Park when they got a bunch of Mexican guys from Home Depot, and then they gave them gold chains and a silky shirt, and then they passed them off as Persians.
That's great.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's kind of like the history of me and Casey.
Well, welcome to JK, man.
I know, dude. That's crazy.
When did you convert from like the more director role to like the more on-camera personality?
Vine.
Oh, that's right, because you're friends with like Storm and.
Nah, like I was directing over at Buna Murray. They do like Kardashians and Real World, but I was doing like their YouTube stuff. So we were producing like two pieces of content like every day, and at the same time Vine came out, so I started filming the Viners' Vines. I was like, oh yeah, this is cool, but like I'm still trying to direct television and stuff. And a month later, everyone was getting like 1 million followers, and I was like,
Did you ever go to the?
shit, maybe I should try and do this.
Did you ever go to the Vine apartment?
Yeah, I was there all the time. Wait, which one?
The one.
Did you sleep on that couch as well?
No.
It was
that
like
time I had my own
sunset-ish.
Or 1600 Vine.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking hilarious. I went there one time because I had a meeting with a guy there who was going to be in this movie that we were doing. And
Do we know the name of that guy?
Do I know the name of that guy?
Or?
The name? Are you purposely?
I will leave him nameless. I will leave him nameless.
Nameless, all right.
He doesn't need to be a victim here. So,
Because I know nothing about it.
dude, when I showed up, I was like, he calls me and I'm like, where are you? And he's like, I'm right behind you. And like from out of nowhere comes this fucking, you know those little scooters where you just stand up?
Those hoverboards?
He was on a hoverboard.
That's what I fucking pictured.
coming right at me.
With a parrot on his
Oh, like
shoulder?
with no handles.
No parrot, no handles.
I was definitely a hoverboard kid too.
Because those Viner guys are weird, dude.
And then I go up.
No offense to
I go up to the apartment to the floor where all these Vine kids are on, and everyone's going around in hoverboards and shit. I'm not even kidding. And then I go into his apartment, and he's like opens this double door fridge, and he's like, "You want any of this water?" He's like, "Yeah, just send it to me." You know, it's like
They sent it to me.
yeah, like fucking he gets brand deals and shit.
Yeah, no, I think, 1600 Vine, and I lived off of Vine Land in North Hollywood. like both those streets were pretty much a circus for a good 2 years, and you know,
and
like
they didn't save their money. They did not save it.
No, I think what a lot of people didn't do is they didn't really nurture their content on other platforms. They invested it all into Vine, so you'd have 14 million followers, and then the app crashes, and you have nothing.
Only some of them was able to transfer to YouTube. But there was a lot of them that didn't, though.
And I think that just kind of that says a lot about certain people, and just kind of like really, you know, if they're looking at this like long term or this is just for like the moment. And some of them wanted it to be long term, but the business end of things, I think, is really where people like fuck up, you know, especially on that. So that fall off and that drop off is huge. But anyways,
Well, it's because they're not business people, really.
Yeah.
They're making 30-second
yeah,
videos.
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
6 seconds, yeah.
That's true because we all got into YouTube like later in life. Like we were 23 when we made our first JK video. This is like 12 years in the game, right? So we were older than some of our peers that came into YouTube. And I think just being younger, you don't really have that business sense. Some people just got it, right? Yeah. But if they didn't have help from their parents or family member, like I would see them squander the money or they just kind of disappear after a while. Yeah. But yeah, I think just coming in a little bit older and having friends and people that's been through shit really helped us out.
Big time.
Yeah, it's all about that balance, man.
Yeah. Balance.
And you got to be around people who kind of know a little bit about something business. Because, dude, I watched a very popular YouTuber walk in to Maker Studios back in the day, and he walks in crying. And he's like, and I'm going like, oh my God, like, did your parents die? What happened? Holy shit. Like, were you just in a car accident or something? He's like, I just found out I had to pay $1.3 million in taxes. Oh my God. And it was real, like he did.
I wish I could cry about paying $1.3 million in taxes.
Right?
God damn.
Let's do it.
But if he spent all the tax money
He probably spent
too,
all his tax money.
Oh no.
They didn't know.
Yeah, these guys don't.
Back then, I think he was 19, so he had no idea.
So he blew all his money and then he owed it and then he wasn't making any more money.
Not as much, not enough to pay the tax man in time. So penalties were steep, bro.
Past his peak, and then he just wasn't.
Well, no, he wasn't quite past his peak. He was still making shit, but he didn't have enough revenue to cover
Yeah.
that's why you gotta keep receipts for everything. You know, just start returning shit.
Well, and they don't buy.
Good accountants and
They don't buy anything. So they're like, they don't have any
Yeah.
write-downs or any markdowns or shit.
Where'd all the money go?
were they no write-offs?
Just fucking around.
I bet you strippers is kind of, yeah, they could write that off. Entertainment?
But I don't think that they were billing the right cards. I don't think they set up businesses like that kind of shit.
Keeping the paper trail.
Shell, protecting themselves.
You're thinking of it from a level that he doesn't even understand.
He's not even there yet.
You're like, well, base level he's used his business card, right? And then he's like, what are you talking about?
You mean you don't have an LLC?
That kind of shit.
He just went to the ATM and withdrew it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's a kid for you, you know? That's a kid. Like, there's a lot of kids that just blow up. I think one 16-year-old just won, like, what, $3 million off of Fortnite?
God damn.
Yeah, they just had the international competition. You won $3 million.
See that? A part of me just out of jealousy
Wants to rob him?
when they when they blow it all, I'm just like, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wish I was 16 and I had $3 million and I fucked it up and then like
Let's just train in Street Fighter. We can do it.
I heard that shit's bro.
Street Fighter. We'll be like, you know.
How much money can you make from a Street Fighter game?
I don't know.
I don't think it's no 3 million.
I don't think it's $3 million, but maybe like 300,000.
I'd be happy with that.
Are these games surviving? These like Tekken, Street Fighter, like, they're surviving past like the.
Oh, we actually know
Fortnites
someone
and all
who's a
that.
pro Street Fighter. Yeah.
Smash Brothers.
Dude, Madden has one every year too.
Yeah. They have this big competition called Evo where people go and they end up winning money, and it's crazy.
I'm like high-key salty. I don't even want to hide it because I love talking about how jealous I am. That the younger generation, so like when we first started YouTube, the partner program wasn't even there. We had to be invited, right? So like, since we kind of set up the taste for everything, like we don't get paid for it though, the younger generation do. They're the ones making like 30 million and shit. I mean, I have every opportunity to do so. I just don't want to like record anybody that committed suicide on video and stuff. That's not my style, you know? But like, yeah, it's not my style.
Different taste, different taste.
Yeah, different style, yeah.
There's even a line for you.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Joe's talking about.
Yeah. Did that happen?
I'm just salty. God damn, I want to make 30 million a year, but I can't do it.
Do you really though? Fill your house with bubbles then. If you prove it then.
See?
Actually, there's a formula. There's
I
a
know.
I mean, you could do the pranks.
I mean, we know people that do it.
Let me ask you guys a question, because this is very much your space. Do you feel like these people who are doing these types of videos, are they actually improving their craft or getting better at what
I
they
think-
do?
I don't think
so. Is there longevity in that? Because for me, like, I come from a very traditional training background, so like this is all brand new, and people are like, you don't do this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck.
I think it's a different craft. So like I think traditional where you're looking at it as like filmmaking, it's a very like artisan, creative type of craft.
Yeah.
I think when you're more of like a quote unquote influencer, the craft that they've been able to hone is understanding the psychology of people who watch them and understanding their consumer behavior.
Yes.
So they don't even need like to be a good actor or good editor or good anything. They just know almost like they know the words to say to push certain buttons to get them to do certain things, and then it's very primal. The views explode, and they sell merch to back that up, so they become like this big business.
Take an indie filmmaker, okay?
Yes.
You drag a camera through a crop field, and that's nice. But these cats are like, hey, I got 30 million people to watch my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And there's a value to that.
And there's a difference between like being an influencer and being influential. You know what I mean? Like you have to like decide which route you're gonna go. Like if you're gonna be influential, you're gonna affect people, but you're not doing like being an influencer. Like there's a certain gimmick that comes along with that title. I personally don't like the term influencer because you're packed into this like
Group of weirdos.
is that too, but it's also like your press. You know what I mean? I don't want to be considered press. You know, like, hey, come here and hey, I remember I went to Paramount not that long ago, and we went to go see Gemini Man and see Will Smith and stuff like that, and that was like tight. We went to see like
Was it a good movie?
things. No, I just went to see like the director talk. And, like,
Ang Lee?
yeah.
Oh shit!
It was sick. Will Smith was there, Bruckheimer was there, and we got to see the technology they did behind promoting this film. What I didn't like was we're going to meet Will, and they're like, okay, all right, now it's time for the influencers to get press photos. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm here as, you know, like someone that wants to create features.
You want to be known as an artist when you're meeting Will Smith, not as a part of the paparazzi.
I'm not, that's not what I am.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, because you know, it's like a fine line of, here, I'm gonna do a 10-second video which 100 million people are gonna watch, or I'm gonna do a 2-hour movie, and getting those same people who are giving those views to come over and watch your stuff, will they do it?
That's why I wish the people that filled their houses with bouncy balls and shit, I wish that they would have little little conventions where you screen it with a bunch of kids, and then you wear a fucking turtleneck, and you're like
red carpet and everything.
right, and you're like you know when I filled my house with bathwater,
do your talk back?
right, was about how society's drowning and the blah.
How all of my fans will watch anything that I do.
See?
Yeah.
And then all the kids are just like, what the fuck ever? I just want to take a picture with you and go. Like that's all they care about.
There's definitely a art behind it, but it's a difference between marketing and artists, like in like a creative person who's inventing something.
True.
Yeah.
When I go back to the schools, because I've told this the last time, I used to teach Zumba, and so I used to do a lot of after-school programs. So after I kind of was acting and stuff, and they saw me and stuff, I'd come back to just see the kids and all that stuff, and the first thing they'd ask me is, do you know this YouTuber? Do you know this YouTuber?
Yeah.
They never asked me about movie stars or TV stars. It was always YouTubers.
Right.
And I was like, this is fucking weird. Because then you start asking them, what do you want to do? What are you interested in? I want to be a YouTuber. Right. And to me, that was the equivalent of when I was growing up, is just, I want to be famous.
Yes.
Right. And you have no skill.
They don't know what they want to be famous for. Yeah.
Exactly.
I went to go speak back at our college.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went to speak there, and the filmmakers there, they wanted to be influencers. They want to create content,
Maybe because they know the leverage from having their own audience.
Well, everyone, there's a balance between what you love doing and, you know, surviving. And that's part of it, right? And in the artistic world, it's difficult.
Well, I mean, put it this way, right? Like when we were, the title YouTuber was embarrassing when we were coming up, because all of us wanted to do something else. We just didn't have an option.
Yeah, it was a stepping stone.
Right.
Yeah.
I used YouTube as a way to create like Asian American comedy or some shit like that, because I don't have a platform on whatever channel. So like singers, everything, dancers, they used YouTube to get noticed so then they could get into mainstream, right?
Absolutely.
But then the kids who are following us, they're now older. and they're the ones looking up at us like, I want to be a YouTuber. And then they see them becoming successful. They're like, fuck being a star. Why would you want to do that? You control your own empire if you have your own channel.
I think it's dope that, you know, like that trend was set though. You know what I mean? I think this is, you know, this lane that we've created is dope because the brands and the companies, they're like, how can we do that, or how can we be a part of it? Which is really just shifted the way the business is going.
Hey, dude, biggest stars in the world right now, porn stars. Right? You don't exactly get to be celebrated for that.
Are they influencers?
The most watched people on earth.
Oh, and they monetize the shit out their videos.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, yo, that's crazy. They're making their
And they sell their fucking pussy molds.
Perfecting their
Craft.
Are they
But
perfecting
this is the thing, it's a craft, right? They have a skill that they work on.
Yeah, true.
It's a skill.
I've seen lots of growth.
There's definitely been some cinematic growth as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
You know,
If you're fucking someone that you don't want to fuck, but then you make it look dope, that's a skill.
Or if it looks like you're throwing up, but you're not really.
I think they could tighten up on the storylines.
I agree.
Yeah, because I just skipped to my favorite part.
I want to know why she's fucking that room full of men.